the suspect's roommate, and the suspect himself was then repeatedly calling his roommate who was transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his mom. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
Yeah, look, I think when someone is murdered, particularly those of us who are political activists, someone's murdered, and for whatever reason, I don't know exactly what the motivations were of the guy in Minnesota. It sounds like he had some mental problems. But
pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
A few months ago, Charlie Kirk engaged in a debate with a man who would later celebrate his death.
This is the man who is due to be the president of an association that is committed to free speech.
And this is not just a man who's seen him online. He's debated this man. He's spoken to this man.
I noticed something that I had not seen.
Chaos surrounds us, but I will gladly show it who is in control.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Welcome back to a series so diabolical. Even Lex Luthor subscribed. In today's video, local loser and Hassan orbiter Casey Tron is having a meltdown on Twitter, playing victim that she's going broke because of Ethan's lawsuit. Ethan has responded on his podcast. Female Hassan, aka Dennis, is trying to blackmail Ethan's crew members into quitting the show. She is laughing at the harassment Ethan and his employees are facing. Ethan has responded and is very angry. iDubbbz' boxing coach, Mike, has responded to Anissa's allegations of SA, and the story is crazy. He also debunks all of iDubbbz' and Anissa's constant lies about them. Subscribe or you gotta sniff Casey Tron's weed breath for 24 hours straight. Get village! That's Jellywig backwards. Now let's begin with the biggest loser on planet Earth, Casey Tron. Quick recap for the newcomers. Ethan Klein sued the Hassan orbiters, Casey Tron Denims, and Fox for maliciously violating copyright and stealing his videos. All three of them are vile, disgusting people, as we've covered in the past. Since then, we've had plenty of meltdowns from their side. They started GoFundMes to pay for their legal expenses, but the money is not enough, and they are all going broke. Classic case of F around and find out. Well, the story continues today with Casey Tron playing victim. Ethan Klein claims that Casey Tron offered him a settlement of $17,500, which he rejected. Here we have Casey's tweet, hearing people victimize themselves over criticisms, meanwhile their boss is using his millions of dollars to do frivolous losses and put others in financial ruin. I could literally be forced to foreclose and lose my home if I can't keep up with the legal fees. Oh, boo-hoo, let me play you a sad song on the world. Casey, you literally brought this upon yourself. You did this to yourself. You are a completely, utterly vile, repulsive person, and you decided to violate copyright and steal his content. You decided to put this on, and this is what you get. Nobody cares that you're going broke. In fact, I'm actually happy because now people can't say that I clickbait. My future predictions do come true. Finally over, guys. Her last supporter, Anissa, responds, I love you, Casey. You're smart and deserve so much more respect. If Anissa is calling you smart and her partner is the lobotomized iDubbbz, you clearly, you're not very up there. Anyways, Ethan responds, Casey Tron, you raised $44,500 as indicated on her GoFundMe page. You offered me $17,500. This leaves $27,000. Under no circumstances have you paid your lawyers $27,000. What were you planning on doing with the remaining money? Trying to catch a payday? I rejected her offer. You want nothing! Made a public GoFundMe in which powers are mine! How dumb can you possibly be? This is like your one chance to like make all of this go away. You think he's not gonna make you pay even more through the duration of this lawsuit? At least offer the entire $40,000. Oh my god! So she responds, I did a macro dose of silly sizing yesterday and my intuition is on fire. All of my tarot pulls were that of a big win for myself. Oh, Ethan Klein, you fool. Your victim complex just met its match. I'm an innocent white woman. See you in Hilda in court. Right, so her whole brand is this sort of trolling, but the only problem with that is that it bleeds into reality. And the fact is, the lawsuit is not a troll. The fact that you're going broke is not a troll. Yeah, so it's just not a good time to joke around, you know? Vera responded she needs it for her bomb loads. She tried to waddle away with that weed money. No one has your stupidity. You have never taken accountability in your life. You're being sued for copyright infringement. Get a grip and deal with the consequences. AB has more human decency than you will ever have. He cares for his family and works for someone you don't like. Suck it up. You actually don't know me. Parasocial, mentally unwell, incel. She dropped it, guys. She dropped it. We have a running meme with Casey Tron that she cannot go 5 minutes without saying the word incel. In fact, it was actually she can't go 1 week without it. But it seems, you know, she's learned a little bit. She's reduced her use of that word, considering it was offensive to her Reddit mod boyfriend, of course. That's rich coming from you. Every time you receive criticism, you cry incel. Actually, you're lying. Let me scroll up. You mentally unwell incel. I guess you shouldn't have gucked around and find out, huh, Casey? I had to look at your incel.
All those open your eyes.
She shoots that out, huh? Common history, because I already knew you had this energy for me, reacting to a video that everyone reacted to, but not for bigot Charlie Kirk, who actually effed around and find out. I'll be fine in the end, incel. You, however, how could I already guess that all of these disgusting fucking freaks are celebrating the assassination and murder of a 31-year-old man? Of course, Casey, and then you cry on Twitter, you play victim. I'm such a good person. Why is this happening to me? Maybe because you're a vile piece of shit. Right, so she continues, it's so funny seeing all of these fun guys feigning concern over my recreational drug use. I spend less than a fraction of what privileged crybaby AB does on his DoorDash orders. Are these still existing H3 fans are just showing how incredibly hypocritical they are. I want to take the time to say that I am also praying for that Olivia girl. I hope that during this mental health break, she can take the time to reflect on how she is devoid of morals and maybe get some. So Olivia is a member of H3 who's taking a mental health break because he denied that and the whole Hassan crew were basically harassing her, and Casey is bringing her into the Ether responds, Casey Tron, settlement is off the table. Good luck. Right, she continues playing victim. I come from poverty, drug abuse, and domestic violence. I've had firearms pointed at me defending my mother from abuse. Ethan and AB will never know the violence of poverty. What Ethan is doing with his millions is to silence her healing disgusting. Basically, this is like you stealing from a store and then getting caught and then being like, I can't believe this rich company is prosecuting me. Well, you were the one who stole from the store. You kind of deserve it here. Also, how is your poverty relevant to the situation at all? You have had 10 years to actually build a career, but instead chose to stream to literally nobody and not get an actual job. It's your own fault, Casey. It's not our fault that you're such a colossal fucking failure. Keep taking glee in direct financial violence against 3 women. Financial violence, that's a new one. But don't let him hear you call him a misogynist because you can't just randomly sue people because you would lose the case. But here, it seems he does actually have a case and it's not a frivolous lawsuit, as agreed by Casey Tron and Dennings' lawyer, who refused to actually promote the case. Your powers are mine! He says comedy is like an abusive tweet. This is real! And still be an animals and belts that are mutually exclusive. Killing the cell phone. Don't let your see this one. We got our boy Oscars from the Sensitive Society channel. LOL, imagine being broke. You deserve this. Of course, all of us slop tubers are giga rich, obviously. DS donors, I'm preparing for full transparency with my GoFundMe finances. Lawyer fees is not equal to money for Ethan. He keeps on making his malicious claims to hinder mine and inability to fundraise to defend herself against his frivolous lawsuit. So you're basically trying to convince people to donate to you. And that's your keep going to Ethan. I don't think anybody is buying that because nobody actually thinks you're gonna win this game. Has anyone recommended shutting the frick up as a little strategy? You aren't doing yourself any favors. AB responds, sorry that happened to you. I believe the one time I spoke about you, all I said is that you were funny. I'm so sorry for my bot was hacked. This is like Casey's just making shit up. As someone facing real world consequences to this egomaniac boss of yours, drama, your self-victimization is offensive. Imagine if Hassan uses millions to drag you and Olivia through a frivolous lawsuit and destroy your life. Maybe then the pity party would be joy. Yeah, I'd love to see Hassan cry. Because you know, if people had not copyright, so he wouldn't be able to do shit, actually. In fact, even recently, he said in a video, one of his chatters recommended to sue people for defamation, and Hassan immediately dismissed the idea, saying that wouldn't work, guys. Basically admitting that he actually was not the same, obviously. You did it yourself, take ownership. It's crazy to think that the one who said soldiers deserve PTSD is the only one with sense to not play this up. I can't believe it. Frogget is actually the most sensible person in this situation. All she did was play hide and seek and legitimately bought herself like 60 more days. Genius she is. Oh my god, she continues. Since Ethan Klein has alluded to me being a piece of shit, a bitch, and an awful person, because of my proximity to Hassan, I wanted to take chance to my own narrative, tell my own story. As many of you, I'm being predisposed to poverty, puts you on things like drug abuse. So you're smoking weed because you're poor. Is that it, Casey? I received as a female gamer. I was swatted, doxxed, nobody cares. All the financial harm I'm being exposed to by an ego-driven man. My disabled sister. Oh my god, this is like that one SpongeBob fish who pretends to be injured and shit while they're selling chocolates to get like more sales. I'm scared and isolated. Isolated? What happened to your Reddit mod boyfriend? He's not paying for shit. He doesn't earn anything. He's a loser of a man. Oh no. I'm doing one more mental health day. What the heck is this, Casey? You do nothing all day but smoke weed. What do you need a mental health day? Love and light on up for me. P.S. You matter. Bro, does he ever stop crying? Ain't rated all that, homie. Get your drag out. You ready for years to check, breath. Womp womp. True. By the way, she's playing victim. This is what she said a literal week ago. The way this cockroach crawled out of his hole to do a CIA-sponsored YouTube video making thinly veiled calls to violence towards Hassan, he did not do that. He can't stream on Twitch right now since his bots got taken away. So this is Asmund talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination, right? And Asmund took a break to take care of his sick father. Born again! For your family. Something a vile person like you do not understand. She's obviously lying on purpose, making it about the world. She obviously responded on his podcast.
I spent less than a fraction of what privileged Crybabies Starkiller does on DoorDash. Sorry he has a job and does well. Like, he can do whatever he wants with his money. Sorry you're broke and refuse to work because you don't make enough money doing Twitch. Like, get a fucking job. AB and Alina have jobs. They can spend their money on DoorDash. By the way, you know that on me she raises, she goes to spend buying pot. That's what she also does. Well, I don't know. I mean, 40 times in 2 hours? You know, weed is not cheap.
Yeah, so to all the newcomers, when Casey was reacting to Ethan's video, she smoked 40 times. So she definitely spends a big check on her weed. She really is just the ultimate failure of a person. So then he responds to Casey bringing up Olivia.
This is the part that really pisses me off. I hope that during this mental health break, she can take the time to reflect on how she is devoid of morals and maybe get some. May I say, with all peace and love, that whatever goodwill I had for you, whatever charity I had for you was like, oh, we're fun, she's funny, she's silly, whatever, she's broke, and she's just an idiot, she's just a stoner idiot. I now see you as the malicious...
Well, I can't, she's a bitch. That word was specifically created to be used for Casey Crime, for people like Casey Crime. Say, I'm not gonna play nice with a disgusting piece of shit like her. So then he sticks up for Olivia.
I said, hey, Casey Crime, so you disgusting, evil piece of shit. You are fucked. You're cooked. How dare you speak against my friend, especially Olivia, who said she's on the show. She led the show, which is what you fucking scumbags wanted, and that's not enough. I thought quitting the show was what made them all saintly. Made them all like, oh great, yeah, she's one of the good guys now. No, of course it was never going to be enough.
Yep.
It was always just going to be a continued attack, continued attack, continued attack. Guess what? You can talk all the shit you want, but I'm going to be talking shit.
Okay, that goes hard. I'm gonna be talking shit in court. Cinema. I just love how the series has gone so far that it's not only these three idiots who are in trouble, it's not only Idibs and Anissa who have lost everything, but Hassan and Destiny are also being investigated on very powerful people's radar, including Elon, and potentially Trump, at least Trump Jr. Then it was also facing this crying about poverty.
I'm from poverty. Drug abuse.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Did I do that shit? I've like, okay, that sucks. I've had firearms pointed at me defending my mother from abuse. Privileged people like Ethan and me. Why are you trying to weaponize this horrible trauma you've been through against me for something you did? You stole my content maliciously. Remember? You wouldn't be getting sued if you didn't steal my content maliciously. Privileged people like Ethan AB will never know the violence of poverty. You don't know anything about my life. Yeah. Privileged. I mean, me and AB are both self-made as a guest.
Casey is self-made, Ethan. She spent 40 years building literally nothing, and it's completely broke. Strong, independent woman, yes. She spent all this time building herself into a lead addict, completely broke with a Redditor boyfriend who was also broke, and they both up in separate camps. Also, her only friend Anyways, moving on to female Hassan, aka Denims. Basically, context, Anissa was blackmailing Ethan's crew members, trying to get them to quit their job. Basically, they had some private convos about Ethan. They might have been venting about him.
What did you do when I opened up to you? You ran your mouth to everyone and allowed everyone of your stupid fucking friends to fucking threaten me.
But Ethan obviously doesn't care. He understands that you might vent about your boss or anything, nothing really serious. So she told Denims about it, and she was also trying to blackmail him. So Ethan responds.
So Denims responds to blackmailing allegations.
I've got a lot of jokes about you. And if that's the road you want to take, we can go down that road, man.
Yeah.
We can go down that road.
That's a straight up threat.
You'll need a
Is she talking to you?
team to win this one.
We can go down that road, man.
Obvious threat.
We can go down that road.
The road's Denim Street.
You don't want the smoke, man.
Girl, you are so incapable of providing smoke on anyone. The only person you provide smoke on is yourself. Obviously, the insinuation is that she has potentially embarrassing or whatever information about you that she can leak. No matter the cost. Obvious, right? Obvious.
Yes.
Right, so Denims is trying to pretend that she didn't actually threaten anyone, despite literally saying, oh, we can play this game, and saying all the shit to imply that you have dirt on him that could, you know, get him fired or get him in big trouble. I mean, it's just crazy how manipulative these people are. Actual just pieces of shit. Reminder, Denims justified the CPS call on Ethan's kids, saying that kids don't form memories at 3 years old, so to just give them trauma.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand shit.
Create any bad memories. You're not forming memories at 3 years old. It's very rare that you're forming memories.
So yeah, just a vile, disgusting person all around. So this next part, AB was responding to Bad Empanada, another psycho Hassan author who was threatening AB, and Denims just started laughing.
It's a bad idea.
Okay, let me be clear about this. Listen here, you dumbass. You fucking moron. You have no authority. You have no power. You have no leverage. You're nothing but a little bitch hiding behind the internet talking shit. You do nothing but dox and harass people. I don't know who you're talking to. You don't know where I'm from. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not intimidated by you. Your tactics are so hilarious to me. I find I'm waiting for that people fall for your shit of trying to act like the Joker. And anytime you get any sort of pushback, you want to cry like a little baby and play victim and pearl clutch.
She will never comment sustainably. She just sits there and smiles and laughs smugly, like, I know, like, I'm thinking like she's gonna come back, but I'm not even gonna say it. So I'm not gonna say it. It's not even. We all know.
He's like voicing wavering. He's like, please, you are. I'm not afraid of you, Bad Banana. It's like, dude, come on.
Is that?
Like, you were a soft spring boy. It's not working. I'm sorry, okay?
She thinks I'm pretty though.
That's kind of.
A man with a pretty ass bedroom like that, I'm sorry, dude.
Bro, you're making me uncomfortable. Sounds like she has a psycho school obsession. Getting creepy.
Yeah, so that's a reference to Hassan's simp journalist Taylor Lorenz saying that Ethan has a psychosexual obsession with Hassan. And Hassan parroting that, obviously. The thing about Williams is she always gives a single thought what she actually says. Her opinion is always irrelevant. She's dumb as bricks. The only reason she has a single viewer is because of some degenerate sims who are using it to jack off her like OnlyFans. But yeah, she's kind of cooked. She's gonna lose all that money in the lawsuit, and I can't wait. Then he calls her a ventriloquist dummy.
It's gotta hurt. It has to hurt. It's just so hard hitting.
Why do they all look
You are safe now, my friend.
So just so you guys know, I'm kind of feeling watching the whole fucking segment. It's just more of that. It's like Abby's voice quivering and like waving, and he's just like, he's like shaking,
about
he's
his
nervous.
grandma who's dying,
You know
his
what?
sister who's sick?
She's doing a ventriloquist voice.
Yes, I'm reading off the script.
Why are you watching all this? You're not saying anything. You said I'm gonna pull up this clip, this specific clip. Okay, so you have a purpose for the usage that shows how cringy he is. Proceeds to pull up a clip, not talk for 3 minutes of AB talking about something completely not embarrassing or unrelated, presumably, to what she has to say. That's pathetic. You're still human.
I mean, all this is she's just
Your powers are mine!
At the end of the day, they're mad because they can say. Like, they've been lying and snaking on you guys from the beginning.
Right, so basically all the Hassan orbiters were trying their best to get at Ethan. They couldn't do that, so they started going after his wife, his employees, trying to get them to quit, trying to guilt-proof them, call their boss racist, all this sort of behind-the-scenes manipulation.
We are
and then the camera, it's all jokes, right? I don't even know what's going on. Even the bad empanada thing, you have this psychopath harassing him, and she's just sort of laughing at that vile shit, because, you know, they're on the same side. So after this, AB is going in a rant about Anissa's harassment, and he basically says that he cares about his own family before Israel Costa in human flesh. And here's my asshole surprised. How could you? This is like the terminal sin saying that you don't care about Israel Palestine, right?
I'm hoping my grandmother, because she raised me, my sister, everyone here has to be something to know I have a sister because I never talk about her because she's also in an in-treatment facility because she struggles with her own medical problems that I help out, my friend. I share that with nobody but Anissa. She does not give a fuck. She does not care, even though her father struggles with this stuff. She does not care. I have to leave my job. She's drawn her fucking line in the sand because she has the right to tell me how I provide for me and my family. Let me be clear. I don't care Israel, Palestine. I don't give a
My life energy
the world compared to my family.
My family matters more than anything else. That's what I was saying. Okay? You know, I'm just doing my job to pay for my family. That's not better. Like, what? Also, nobody knew this shit. No one even.
Healing power.
It's not better. Like, what you said.
That's the proof I need.
Well taken of truth. Yeah. Everybody knows. Let me confuse you. Let's say your mom needs medicine to live, and it costs $1,000. But you also care about Gaza. Do you give the $1,000 to your mom, or you donate it to Gaza?
Born again!
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. It's like, it's a human. Do I need to explain what it means to be a human being? I mean, maybe. I don't know.
No. Personally, I tremble before and donate to Gaza. If you had a choice between keeping yourself alive through food and donating to Gaza, you gotta be donating to Gaza. Or you're racist, or you support genocide. Funny thing is, when you actually do donate, you get people like Froggen sitting there saying that MK is chump change while literally begging for
Keep your little chunky.
You just can't make this shit up. Okay, moving on to items in boxing coach. He's come on the A3 podcast to debunk all of items in Anissa's life. Basically, Items said that they were paid to go on the A3 show to shit talk them. Also, Anissa implied that Mike assaulted her and made her cry. So he addressed all these bullshit allegations one by one.
First of all, he claimed that we were on the
show for money when everyone knows that wasn't true. So we claimed that we got, he claimed multiple times that we were paid $5,000 to be on the show. No, we wanted to be on the show, and I made it very clear in the beginning. Ian lacks comprehension, and it's very obvious by the video that he lacks comprehension, or Anissa has not told him what comprehension is, so he's not allowed to have it. The whole purpose of me being on the show in the first place was to separate my brand from him. I did not want my brand to be affiliated with his brand. I don't care if I want to say anything about him, because what we said was facts, and he couldn't dispute the fact. He would even come back and try to have a lie counter. But his lie counter, he would say we lied, and then right after he said we lied, literally say the same story that we said, but from his point of view.
Oh, that's just IDubs' truth. You don't understand. There is no absolute truth. It's just my truth. That's some IDubs logic right there. Basically, he has made up bullshit based on his own selfish feelings. Then he talks about Anissa and IDubs calling themselves communists.
Anissa always claims to be a communist, but her and Ian's jobs are the most capitalist jobs you could possibly have. I was like, Ian made money on YouTube. Do you think every YouTuber deserves the same pay? You call yourself a sex worker, and don't get me wrong, I think she just puts herself in these categories so she can pretend to be a victim of certain things. So, but she calls herself a sex worker. Communists and sex workers are not in the same category. Make it make sense. I'm just like, nothing you say makes sense.
The CEO of OnlyFans is the biggest contributor to APAC. We've mentioned that a few times. $11 million, and she has no problem working for him.
And she promotes her OnlyFans on her Twitter account, which is owned by Elon. So it's like, what are you doing? You literally have no idea. Like, you have no moral.
No principle. None.
Yes. But they pretend like they pretend like they're better than people.
Perfection is unattainable.
Yeah, that's the classic IDubs and Anissa playbook. You act like you have the moral high ground while simultaneously being one of the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. Dude, Anissa calling herself communist is the funniest shit I've ever heard. OnlyFans girl hosting this capitalist-ass event, dating a YouTuber, is actually talking. This is what happens when you watch Hassan all day. You think you're some fucking revolutionary communist changing the world, but actually you're just a complete scumbag loser. Your literal idol has a $3 million mansion, supercars, designer clothes, living like a complete capitalist to the max. But no, he's communist, guys. Such grifting. Then he talks about IDubs as empathy.
I swear to God, they think empathy is a political party, because Ian just put out that video having no empathy for Charlie Kirk and his wife, had no empathy for me or my wife, calls her dumb as rocks. It's just like, you claim to have empathy, but I think you think that it's only whatever Anissa tells you to have empathy about. She tells him what music to listen to. She literally told him when he's hungry at the gym. And it blows my mind the fact that, oh, he claims he has empathy. Oh, they claim to be socialist communists. They claim to be sex workers. They claim to be all these things, but it's like, they just try to put themselves in a box to be like, hey, look, we're this and you're not. Therefore, you're a bad person.
It's the virtue signaling, right? They get to reap the social credits of being like, I'm a fucking communist. I do all these things right, and I have all these great beliefs, but meanwhile, they never talk the talk, they never walk the walk. And it's just fucking cool.
Well, the reason IDubs doesn't have empathy is that he graduated to stoicism. Don't forget, guys, he's a stoic icon. Marcus Aurelius, very cool, calm, collected. My name is Icux, and I only have empathy for my wife's boyfriend. Only empathy for gorgeous Gabe, particularly when he beats my ass. I love it. Humiliate me, please. So then Kate calls him a pussy.
Yeah, he's so hurt right now because he knows that we're telling the truth, and that's the reason why he thought it was so important for him to put out that video, and then to stream for 6 hours just crying his heart out. Yeah, calling us crybabies, like you're the one crying on stream for 6 hours. I don't know how that's going. So, you know, he's so hurt because the truth is out and he doesn't know how to defend himself. You're welcome. He's a pussy.
And
he can't defend himself.
Oh my god, bro. IDubs needs to never open his mouth again. He needs to stick to playing WoW to his 20 addresses the essay allegations by Anissa.
So she said about you, Michael, he wouldn't stop hugging me. It was really, really upsetting. I kept trying to push him off, and he wouldn't. I was embarrassed. It made me feel really embarrassed, and then he wouldn't leave me,
against a
let me
warrior
be.
boy.
He kept hugging me, and I was trying to push him off, and I cried. Can you explain why the I was crying?
Why is she keep invoking the term professional or unprofessional?
Oh, she's telling him you got a comment. He wasn't acknowledging her messages, probably because he knew they were insane and defamatory, and he was like, I'm not gonna read that crazy shit. And now she tags him and goes, Ida, can you explain why the f I was crying? She's mad at him. She's angry that he's not acknowledging her. So let's see his acknowledgement.
Anissa, you can come here and
she's in the other fucking room, yelling at him in chat. What a dumb coward loser. So anyway, let's hear what he says about it.
come here and if you want, because I don't have a recollection of it.
Right, so before Michael even responds, Anissa is losing her rug in iDubbbz's chat, talking about how she got SA'd by this guy. iDubbbz is ignoring her, saying that he doesn't even remember. Now, audience question, if your wife and daughter was SA'd by a guy or a female character, don't you think you would remember it? So right off the bat, it proves it's complete bullshit. Anissa making up a story. But listen to Mike's explanation. This is the most twisted thing I've ever seen.
And so when she got kicked off the off, and her and I had that conversation where I was like, oh, I probably did go too hard.
This is real firepower!
I always have to be tired. Again, I remember all facts. You said they're idiots. And so as soon as that happened, I literally turned around and I was like, okay, let's do our facts. She went to the bathroom. When I saw her in the bathroom, I was like, oh, this probably isn't good. She's probably gonna be crying. Sure enough, she was crying in the bathroom. She took several minutes to come out. By the time she comes out of the bathroom, she tries to leave to go to the car, and I told her to go to the car, but she realized she doesn't have the key to the car, so she has to come back. At this point, she's already crying, she's super sad. Once again, this is empathy. I see a woman crying, and I'm gonna feel bad. I'm like, oh shit, I did not mean to make her feel that bad. I thought we were gonna have that conversation, go on the pad, have a normal day. This is why it's so funny. They're like, oh, you gonna cry about it? You cry, baby? Well, you guys hate crybabies. Like, I can move on from it. So she's crying about it. I go give her a hug, because I'm like, hey, I'm sorry that you're crying. I didn't hug her to the point where she was crying. I felt bad, so I gave her a hug. And I said, yeah, she's home. So
That's a crazy, malicious lie, the way she told that story. It's nuts. She's crying from the ox thing, and then she's making it sound like she's crying because you're like squeezing her and not letting her go.
But that's literally because that makes no sense. Why would I just be squeezing her? Like, she disgusts me. She's always disgusting. Her mind is disgusting. I see people like Shallow House. She's like the ugly girl in Shallow House. It's like, no, you're an old, disgusting, like, you're just, everything is gross. Is what you are down to.
This is real firepower!
Against the world! In the boxing gym, and she started crying over it. Mike went to hug her and comfort her, and she twisted it into saying that Mike was hugging me so hard it wouldn't let me go, implying it's SA. That might be the most disgusting shit I've ever heard in my life. Also, I totally believe Mike's story because he said this exact same thing in the past about the music story, and it all adds up here. Oh my god, now I know how this relationship is gonna end. Everybody predicted that she's gonna say that he abused her. This just makes it 10 times more likely. Then he talks about how he cared more about Anissa than even iDubbbz.
Well, yeah, I did have empathy, and I went to hug her because she was a crying woman. You know who didn't try to hug her? Ian. Because he has no fucking empathy for his wife that's crying. If I saw my wife crying, I'd be like, oh my god,
he doesn't remember
sorry.
it.
He didn't even
You remember it. You remember it. He doesn't.
Oh, I remember it perfectly. And then, so she grabs the key to her car and like leaves the I tell Ian, I'm like, dude, I'm like, here's the rod. I'm like, I didn't even make her cry that bad. Ian's like, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. And once again, he told us she's a hypochondriac. The moment she got her fucking we've still never seen any of the video of her being knocked unconscious on the hockey field or the hockey field. She used to say crazy shit to Ian. She was always kind of like like make it sound like he wasn't as much of a man as he was. She'd be like, one of the times I was talking about how good the body talks were, and she once again, that she was picking up for you, Ian. You fucking no comprehension, idiot. So I was talking about how good Ian's body talks were, and she's like, I could take his body talks, and I'm like, no, you couldn't. That makes no sense. Like, if you shot hit you in the liver, you're gonna go down. That makes no sense. And she was like, I've been hitting the cross and talking for shit, and I didn't ever go down.
God, bro, this is insufferable by Anissa. She's constantly putting down Ida. Actually has a humiliation fetish. My story is completely adding up. She's a hypochondriac. Super anxious even when nothing's actually wrong, losing her mind over it. The fact that Michael knows Ida doesn't, bro. You just know but yeah, what a situation, bro. So then Anissa moves around and calls him misogynist.
Michael has no respect for women, never respect women.
Oh god, that's what happened. Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's like,
I have to have a whole, like, challenge her the next day. And she was so upset. And she told me that, you know, she doesn't understand why I think because, you know, he doesn't support women. And she was literally encouraging me to leave my husband, basically. Like, I wouldn't be with someone like that. I don't know why.
Executioner!
Are you kidding me? This is all over the music. So Anissa is so fragile. She started crying over the music, and then when he hugged her, she started crying about SA, and then later turned it into a misogynist thing, asking Kate to leave her husband? That is the biggest red flag in the history of the universe. What a nightmare to deal with. Now click this video, or you turn into the Denims puppet. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Quantum magic. Cosmic might returns.
Born again!
Down to 30 seconds.
Second chance is over.
Sneaking from behind.
Healing power.
The final 10 seconds. Anyone willing?
The cosmos heals.
Relax, keep fighting until you have winner.
Quantum magic.
Thank you. Look behind you. I am very We will stand with you.
Quantum magic. We are in this together.
So close. This is your big chance. Us against the world. Shields up.
I'm opening a portal.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost. I tend to lost souls, like a shepherd tends to his flock.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost.
You can count on me. I got a plan. This is a nice spot.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
More dangerous?
We will deliver you safely.
I'll patch you up.
Perhaps this timeline.
You're welcome.
I feel renewed.
Ping the bad guy. Move this thing down the road.
I require healing.
I'm good. I'll patch you up.
I am barely wounded. Little man of metal, you shall be our champion this
You're
day.
ready for action.
Ooh, I touch a healing. They have been seen.
You're welcome.
Hi, that feels good.
Armor patch here. Hey
Get
up.
that vehicle moving again.
Consequences.
Down. That's what hurt. You're welcome.
My friends are here! Woohoo! You'll drift to a vendor tower. You're halfway there. Keep going.
Something seems fishy
You're welcome.
here.
Ooh, I touch a healing.
Heavy weapons. I'm in love.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
You're welcome.
They're on your tail.
Feel renewed.
Our adversaries gather.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I'll patch you up. Someone scratch my back.
Avengers Tower beckons me one twist with a stretch.
You're ready for action.
Hell unleashed!
This is real firepower. Supernova.
Feel renewed.
I'm doing this.
Earned your eternal rest, Blackboard.
Down and out.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Healing power.
I appreciate
I
you.
am Asgard's might.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Hell unleashed!
Your souls unite.
Slows me down.
This time I need healing.
your service. Pure cosmic, I will help lead you to a lane.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I have found more lost souls. Healing power. I feel better already.
I appreciate you. That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
We are in this together.
My friends are here.
I request healing power.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Disappear.
Born again!
Quantum magic. Cosmic might returns. Second chance is over. Quantum magic.
So close. This is your big chance.
I am at your service.
You're not hurting. I will guide you safely through these streets. Shield renewed.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Ha ha.